Hi, Steve August here, Business Clarity Coach, and I am back with another one in the series of One Big Idea book reviews. Now, the idea behind the One Big Idea review series is that there's so many amazing business books, it's hard to find time to read them all, and they're filled with so much great information. But generally, I've found that there's usually just one big idea from each book that you're actually going to take and apply to your business. And so that's the idea behind the series. I read the books and I give you the big idea. So today's book is The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. Now, The Big Leap is an important book because it introduced the phrase zone of genius that you have probably heard, and the idea that you should be working in your zone of genius. But what does that actually mean? So the way Hendricks describes it is that we have different levels of talent and abilities. There's things that we're really not good at, and that is our zone of incompetence, and we should probably stay away from that as much as possible. There are things that we're just fine at. We're really good. We can do it well. That's our zone of competence. Then there's things that we're really good at. That's our zone of excellence. Then there's our zone of genius. And our zone of genius is the things that we're uniquely able to do, our unique talents, the things that is like, for us, easy and like breathing, and for other people is like, oh man, I don't even know how you do that. And a lot of times, and this is why I have a picture of my younger self, we start to really know what that zone of genius is and our talents are from an early age. And we kind of lose track of that as life goes on. And what happens is we tend to spend more time in our zone of excellence. We get good at something, we get paid for it, and then we spend a lot of time there. But the thing is, where we really want to be is in that zone of genius. And the reason we want to be there is because of this problem that Gay Hendricks describes called the upper limit problem. So the upper limit problem is this sense, this idea that we create within our minds upper limits for ourselves. So when we get to a certain point, we kind of create our own limits. So we get to a certain level of success, a certain level of financial success, a certain level of abundance, a certain level of caring and in our relationships and love in our relationships, that we then somehow create ways to create limits on that we don't go as far as we could. And so what Gay Hendricks is saying in The Big Leap is, in order to take that big leap, in order to really fulfill our true potential, is that we need to be spending as much of our time as possible in the zone of genius, in the things that we're uniquely able to do, in the places that we create value, exponentially for the world. And it's a really powerful concept because we spend so much of our time kind of getting trapped in the zone of excellence. These are things that we're good and comfortable with and we get paid for, but the more time we spend there and we don't spend in our zone of genius, the more it becomes a limiting issue, a limiting experience. And so that's the big idea behind The Big Leap, that there is a zone of genius that we're all uniquely have for ourselves, and that the secret to really creating maximum abundance, maximum achievement is to live in that and be in that zone of genius as much as possible. So that's the review for this week. I definitely recommend reading the whole book. And if you have any other questions on the book, would love to hear your thoughts on the book. If you've read it, let me know in the comments what you thought about it and if it impacted you. And if you have any questions on business, on coaching, on creating clarity in your life, then reach out to me directly, reach out in the comments. Would love to talk to you. And until next time, I will see you next time.